To review graphing really quickly, if you remember that the graph of positive sine of x starts at the origin and then increases to a maximum. The graph of negative sine of x starts at the origin, just like sine of x. Okay, but this graph starts by decreasing to a minimum. Those graphs are going to be yellow and orange. Now, if you look at this paper, okay, we're going to look for points on the midline. I forget this one. So yellow is going to be our positive sine graphs. We're going to look for points on the minimum, or on the midline, that have been shifted. Okay, so this point right here, because it starts on the midline and increases to a maximum, this point right here would be a positive graph for sine of x. Okay, but it's been shifted vertically and horizontally. The vertical shift is already there with +3 because we shifted it up 3. We shifted the parent function up 3. Now, this graph has been horizontally shifted 1 unit or 1/6, okay? So that determines what goes right there, okay? And it's shifted to the right, okay? So we show that with a subtraction sign. That's just like our generic transformation. So this is one possible equation that I could have, okay? And this would be your answer, okay? You just have to pick one of these that I'm going to show you. If I wanted to pick another positive sine graph, I could pick this point because it starts on the midline and it increases to a maximum. Okay, so those are the characteristics that you're looking for. Now, what that changes for my equation is that now, instead of it being shifted over 1/6, you have to figure out how many units is shifted over, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11/6, or 11/6. Okay, so I'm going to put that value right there. This is another possible equation that we could write from this same information here. This is the exact same graph, okay, because there's an infinite number of ways to write these equations. You just have to pick one of sine and one for cosine. Now let's say I wanted to write negative cosine graphs, okay, a negative cosine graph. You have to pick any point, okay, that starts at the midline and then decreases to a minimum. So that's one example there, okay, because it starts on the midline and it decreases to a minimum. I'll do that one in a second. So if I want to pick this graph, because now I'm doing negative sine, that has to be a negative, okay? That's how you show that it's a reflection. And this point is shifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units over. So it would be minus 5, 6. And that would be your answer for a negative sine graph. Now you could pick this one, and it would be the same thing. It starts at the midline and decreases, and that would change the values that it's shifted. Okay? Any points you pick on the right side of the y-axis is going to be subtraction, and any points you pick over here, I'll pick a cosine point over here, it is going to be plus. That's the only difference between the right side and the left side of the y-axis. The next video is going to show you how to write cosine curves.